Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here. I am back with another Crash Bandicoot N-Sane Trilogy video. This time I'm here to talk about the warp room in the N-Sane Trilogy. I'm going to compare it to the first one, or the one in 3, sorry, and I'm going to talk about how it differs because there are some few little differences, including a major one that is actually could be very much a suggestion of something pretty big. I will explain it just a bit later. Instead, I'm just going to show off just a bit of the warp room and stuff like that. What I find cool, look at that, he shows off Road Crash by accident. This is some guy named Harvey, I believe it is. He's I think he's Mexican, I believe, Spanish. Maybe from I know that. I mean, I probably should have checked. I probably should have done my research, let's be honest. But yeah, basically he gets to go through the warp room pretty well, actually. He probably gives like the biggest extensive look. In fact, and if you check just in one sec, he goes to Gone Tomorrow, right? And then look at this. Show the run again in slow motion from Doubleheader. Ready? The hype is real for the level that everyone's been waiting for, and by everyone I mean almost no one. Or maybe, I mean it depends. Look, I wasn't that much of a fan, but it's probably there we go. Mad Bombers. See? Look at that. There's a little picture there. It looks quite stormy. It looks like quite a stormy ascent into the darkness of the skies. I don't know, I was trying to say something there, but I don't know. Here's the pause menu as well. So I'm just going to be showing off a few little things in rapid fire and then like coming back to them. I really love the Coco and Crash logo. It's kind of adorable, really. It's brilliant. Gone Tomorrow again, Warp Room 5. This is what happens. He pulls one out of his pocket. But if you remember seeing some other footage that I've shown off, you'll notice that he actually, sometimes Crash will like vomit it up, basically. Like he'll regurgitate it, which is kind of the weirdest and creepiest thing ever. But I kind of like it. If they're going to alternate, it gives you a bit of a difference, you know, like not, why does it have to be the same animation every time? I guess it sort of changes things up a bit. I'm not complaining about that at all. This is probably the most extensive bit of music we can hear from Warp Room, so I'll let you listen to this now. Pretty decent. I mean, it's a little bit. Look, put it this way. I'm just really glad that they've kept the didgeridoo, the indigenous instrument, which is very much a, you know, really. I mean, this is one thing that I've been saying this to Understood Leaf. He maybe have a special little project to do with Crash Bandicoot coming up. I can't say too much, but one thing I've always wondered, and it is interesting, it's that Crash Bandicoot is an Australian animal. The game basically takes place, you know, around Australia. Not. I don't think like specifically it's like, you know, it's like Sydney, Australia. It's more like some, you know, made up sort of area. But what I find so interesting about it is that the marketing, you know, here at least for Crash is kind of non-existent really. And you'd kind of think that they would want to promote it based on the fact that you could be like all patriotic, like, you know, the Australian outback, yes, his new critter, you know, bring out the butter, mate, Crash Bandicoot's back. You know, I can imagine doing like some weird, cool Aussie ads about it, like, you know, hey, call me up, I'd be happy to volunteer my impeccable accent there to a Crash Bandicoot ad. But, you know, that's something what I thought. Anyway, I've gone off topic a bit. Let's hop on over and check out Coco Bandicoot, shall we? Guys, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Coco now does the Crash dance. What the hell? In the best kind of way. This is great. She's holding the computer. She's got some pretty good skills here because she's holding the computer and she's still able to sort of break dance and do the moves. I am positively impressed. And let me say, I think Coco looks pretty damn cool in game. I like it. I like it a lot, in the words of Dumb and Dumber. Fantastic. Crash looks like a goofball. I mean, you know, like, you know, people have complained about the fact that he's like, oh, Crash is such a goofball this time, and then they sort of fixed it up. They kind of gave him more of a sort of a almost creepy grin. I don't have a problem with the grins in the box art and stuff like that. And I think that you've got to keep a little bit of the absolute wackiness like you're seeing here. But the interesting thing is, and this is where it gets a bit interesting, because I was reading a theory on Reddit, on the Crash Bandicoot subreddit, which I frequent, and I highly recommend you guys do the same. Someone posted a theory about Coco being playable in-game. Now, hear me out. or hear this guy out, because I'm going to be speaking through him. So the first thing is that Coco has been resized to be the exact same height as Crash. Now in the original games, she was not. Then you have Vicarious Visions talking about a new feature that they've added in recent interviews. They're constantly talking about, some sort of surprise. And then the other thing is the idea that they haven't shown off any Coco levels yet. And at E3, it feels like one massive announcement they could make would be, a Coco being playable in other levels and playing like Crash, it not being like, remember in Wrath of Cortex, it was sort of like a slowed down version. If they don't do this, I feel like the next best thing they could even do is skins, where it's like it's not in the game sort of thing, but it's like not, if you want to be really technical, it's not canon, quote unquote, but like, a Coco skin can play the game. And we also know that apparently Vicarious Visions are quite like Fake Crash, and the sort of the joke of Fake Crash, and Fake Crash's history is quite fascinating, really. So I think that there's a potential chance Fake Crash may be in the game as well as a skin. Could you imagine that as a 105% unlockable? That would be fantastic. It's like you see him in the distance, like in Crash 3, in some of those levels, and then all of a sudden he just pops out on the screen and, I don't know, takes over control or something, in the words of Afrojack. Alright guys, well, that's it for that. Look, I think that the chances of Coco being a playable character in non-Coco levels, look, I'm going to still say it's probably less than 40%, but it's more just something interesting to think about and I guess hope for, because I guess that would really be a significant upgrade to the game, and just something more fun, and I guess a lot of people are fans of Coco. How cool would it be if Coco was on that playing ground, and maybe you can't do it immediately, but you can later, because like the one thing that to me as well gives credence to it is the fact that she's in the, like, why is she now just in the middle of the save thing? Like, I know that sounds like such a massive nitpick, but it's like, it's sort of a bizarre choice because everything else is so accurate. Why would she be like standing right in front of the save? And also maybe the save thing can also double as like an online leaderboard as well, I don't know, but anyway, I'm spitballing now. So now I'm just going to quickly show off a little picture, some quick little videos of the Crash 3 warp room in Warped, and then next to the N-Sane one. Unfortunately, I wish that the footage would be a little bit more detailed from the N-Sane stuff, but we'll have to do for now. So here we go. See, look at how Coco's on the complete different side. She's on the side with the the time twister sort of hourglass thing. Thank you again, Harvey. Then we got the middle section here, the third warp room, which looks beautiful. Seriously, I wish we had like a theme like this properly, other than like Orient Express, like kind of like the boss, kind of like Tropy's setting. Then we got the fourth warp room with Tomb Waiter, and then finally the fifth one. And the fifth one looks even more like bustling. Look, there's a sign there. There's the rocket, the engine rocket things. It's brilliant. Alright guys, well that concludes this video. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Certainly enjoyed making it for you, and I'm going to be back with one more N-Sane Trilogy video to do with this warped footage. I know I've spread it out over a week. I've done a decent job, if I do say so myself, trying to keep the news happening and keep it not so I could have done everything at once, but I sort of thought I'd maybe just keep it calm and do the most important stuff first and then get to the next stuff later. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon, so stay tuned. Alright guys, see you later.